Box squats aren't easier squats. They benefit your regular squat in ways that most people don't realize. I used to hate box squats. I never did them. I always thought they were going to load my spine in ways that was going to hurt me, and they didn't make any sense to me. I also did not understand the purpose of them. And that was years ago before I found Westside Barbell and Louis Simmons. Everything changed for me when I hurt my back about 4 years ago. But that was the turning point when I started to develop the struggle standard and develop a way of training that actually made sense. There's so much out there that's confusing for a lot of people, and I wanted to build a way that athletes could train for the rest of their life and not get injured. It was going to help people be strong and healthy individuals, but also get the most out of their fitness. People that want elite level fitness, but have regular lives and need to be smart about how they do it. So in this program, we box squat a lot. And Earn the Right, it's a little less, but in conjugate hybrid, we box squat all the time. Whether it's on a dynamic effort day or a max effort day, we're going to switch it up and do it on both. We're going to test our max effort back squat. We're also going to do dynamic effort back squats often. We're going to do those. It's called a box squat. You're supposed to squat back to a box. I use a sandbag. I prefer a sandbag. I feel like it has more give, and in each squat, it kind of forms to my butt. Every single time I'm sitting down at the exact same spot, because once you have that groove, it's like you know where you're sitting down every single time. So just like a box squat is beneficial in that way to make sure we're getting the same depth on every squat, when you use a sandbag, I can make sure I'm actually not going left or right. I'm going straight back to the same spot every single time. If you don't have a sandbag, then use a box. Everything in this program you can do in a conventional gym. So if you're saying to yourself, I want to do this program, but I work out at a regular gym, the reality is it's just an excuse. Today, most gyms have some sort of functional gym setup where you could do everything in this program in a regular gym. Now, yeah, you're gonna have to abandon a lot of machines, and people don't like that, but we lift with free weights most often. I prefer that over machines. Use machines for accessory work, it's fine, but the majority of our lifting should be with a barbell, dumbbells, a free weight, not on a machine. And I'll explain more of that some other time. It's not the purpose of today. So today, box squats. The reason we do box squats, the box squat is gonna make you a stronger lifter. It's gonna make your back squat go up. The reason for that is it targets muscle groups and mobility in ways that the regular squat can't. So what we have to do on a box squat is we're sitting back, which means we're loading our glutes, our posterior chain, our hamstring, and our hips in ways that the back squat isn't. Those muscle groups are actually what limit your back squat anyway. So we're targeting the weak points of our back squat with a box squat. Box squats are not just for power lifters. I know that's a common misconception. A lot of people hate wide stance box squats because it's something that was made popular by Westside Barbell and Louis Simmons, where they were training specifically for 3 lifts in a powerlifting meet. So they argue that a wide stance box squat was meant just to carry over to a powerlifting back squat where they're squatting wide, going down to that same depth. But that's actually not the purpose of the box squat. The box squat, and Louis Simmons advocated for this all the time, people just don't listen to it. The box squat was meant to bring a regular back squat up. Like I just said, it targets those weak point muscle groups. So that's why we keep it in this program. In the same way that a football player on the field in competition isn't sprinting with a sled at any point. But in training, we have them sprint with sleds, resisted sprints. Why? To make them faster, more explosive people. It's the same thing. It's an accessory lift. It's targeting our weak points so that our back squat will go up. It's going to strengthen our lower body. Now, keys with a back squat, like I already said, make sure you have a really wide stance, outside shoulder width. We're going to do these banded today. If you've never done box squats, I would say don't put the band on. Keep the band off, just use a bar. It's a dynamic effort day anyway. We're going to put 50% on the bar. It's a light bar. Purpose is to be quick and powerful through the movement. So put 50% on the bar, skip the bands. This is your first time. Just rep just the bar with some weight on it, no bands. Bands are there for a reason, but we need to make sure you have a good foundation before we throw them on, as they are a more advanced technique. So band tension is going to be 20%. We're doing 9 sets, 3 reps, rest 60 seconds between sets. Now, before we squat, we're going to push up into the bar, tight core, and then we're going to push our hips directly back, keeping our shins vertical to the box. Once we get to the box, we are going to relax. Now, when we relax, we are keeping our core and our spinal erectors tight. We're not relaxing everything. We still have a weight on our back, right? What we're relaxing is our hips with the bottom. We should be able to move our hips in and out because they're relaxed. So to get up off of this sandbag or box, the first thing we're going to do is push into the bar. Keep our core tight. It should already be tight. And then we are going to push our knees out, engaging our hips. Now, a box squat is essentially a hamstring curl. What we're doing is pulling ourselves forward. What we don't want to do is lean forward to get off the box. That defeats the purpose. So shins are vertical, pushing into the bar, hips are out, and then we're going to pull by getting ourselves up. Heels in contact with the ground, pull, explode up. A lot of that you have to do to actually feel yourself, but from the bottom, you're literally pulling yourself forward. So that's why it's a hamstring curl. You'll feel it in your hamstrings, which is what we're targeting. That posterior chain, the glutes, the hips. If you haven't done box squats before, it's been a very long time. You don't know what 50% is gonna be, so you're not sure what to put on the bar for this lift. Choose about 80% of your back squat. Max is what your box squat to parallel max is gonna be, roughly. So 80% of your max and then 50% of that. Put that on the bar and rep that out today. If that feels like super light, then we just increase that throughout the cycle. But it's supposed to be light, it's supposed to be 50%, right? So it's supposed to be a light bar. All right, after those box squats, we're gonna go straight into some speed deadlifts. We're gonna do speed sumo deadlifts, 8 singles, rest 45 seconds, banded. So the way I typically do this to get the bands on the bar is that I'll throw 3 pins in. I don't have a smaller third pin, so I use the one for the brace, but I just use that to attach the band on, and that way at the top, it's about 20% band tension. Remember on speed days, slow in setup, fast in movement. After the speed deadlifts, we're going into superset. We're gonna do Bulgarian split squats, supersetted with Romanian deadlifts. So on both movements, we wanna make sure we're keeping tension in the muscle groups we're trying to hit. So on the split squats, we're targeting our glutes. It's gonna be more of a quad dominant exercise. And we wanna put all that weight on the front foot, the foot that's doing the work, not on the back leg, which is a support leg. Try and keep the weight off of that, all the weight forward on your front foot. Try not to lock out all the way at the top. Don't half rep it, but don't take all the tension off your leg. Same thing with Romanian deadlifts. Go down as far as you can, keeping that tension in the hamstrings. Leave the ego at the door, don't worry about hitting the floor. If you can, awesome, but don't worry about it. Go down, keep tension in the hamstrings, come up. Don't fully lock out. That way we're keeping the tension on the hamstrings and hit solid reps with that. It's about as risque as it's gonna get. I ain't no sellout. Our next superset is gonna be reverse lunges with seated band hamstring curls. So with these reverse lunges, go front rack, dumbbells, 6 reps each leg, no rest between each leg. And then jump into seated hamstring curls. So get a heavyish band, we're doing 10 reps, so it should be hard. Nice and quick on the way in, hold it for like a 2 or 3 count, and then slow release, fast in. All right, we're almost done. What we're gonna do is another superset. We're gonna do band pull throughs. So grab a band between your legs, pull it through. At the top of the rep, squeeze your butt. You're targeting your hamstrings and your glutes pretty heavily with this. 4 sets, 25 reps. There's 100 reps total. Just keep the weight light and the reps very intentional. What I mean by that, tight core, perfect form the entire time. Nice flat back. Try not to lean forward too much into the band and make sure your body's doing the work. We're gonna superset that with some L hang leg crossovers. So you're gonna grab onto a pull-up bar, kick your legs up in like an L sit position, and then you're gonna cross over each leg from that position. So maintaining, holding on the bar, nice tight L shape, but your legs are the only thing moving. So kind of like a flutter kick, crossover, that's 1 rep. So you're gonna do 12 reps total on that, making sure you keep nice, tight, perfect form the entire time. If it's too hard for you, then just drop the reps, do 6. Then next time we do it, do 8, and then just work up from there. It's a difficult movement, so just make sure you're doing it the right way. All right, last thing for the day, we're gonna wrap the day up with some belt squat marching. So what you're gonna do, there's multiple variations to do this. And like I said, everything I do in this program, you can do in a conventional gym. You gotta find a way around it. I don't have a belt squat machine. I have 2 wooden blocks that I stand on, and I attach weight that hangs down from like a weight belt that you would use for like dips or something. That's what I use. So for today, we're gonna grab that same weight belt with a chain, hang it to a heavy dumbbell. I have a heavy kettlebell, hang it to some sort of heavy weight, and just let it hang between your legs. We're gonna go wide stance, toes forward, and you're just gonna march the entire time. Basically just putting weight on each leg one at a time. We don't want to necessarily just like lean side to side. You want to make sure you're actually marching. Every global gym has a weight belt with a chain on it. And if they don't, buy your own. You can carry that around in a weight bag. You can carry a weight belt, monkey feet for hamstring curls, bands, anything else you need in a bag to the gym with you. It's light and they compact, carry easy. It's not that hard. So if your gym doesn't have one, then find that. Wrap that around your waist, let the chain hang, and then attach that heavy weight at the bottom. You could throw 45-pound plates on there and just put like a pin or something underneath it to hold it. Find something at the gym you could slide in there, and then you're just gonna march in place. So when you march, I'll show you guys in a second how we do that. Pretty simple. Attach it to a heavy weight belt across your lower back, and just get it off the ground. It doesn't need to hang that far off the ground. It could just be a couple inches above it. We're gonna go a wide stance, so wider than shoulder width, and then we're just gonna march in place. So what I don't wanna do is just bounce side to side. It's defeating the purpose. We're gonna actually march, bring your feet up about a quarter of the way, and just sit here and march. Make sure you keep your core nice and tight the entire time. We're gonna go 3 sets of about 2 minutes of just straight marching. It's very deceptive. It's a lot harder than it looks. It'll do wonders for your entire lower body. Obviously from your hips all the way down to your toes. It's working your ankles, all of it. Sometimes I'll do these as a warm up just for really short sets. And there's multiple variations. You can walk forward, backward, slowly side to side. You can shadow box while you sit here. There's all kinds of things you can do. It's a great finisher. So this is what I mean when I say that you can do everything in a regular gym. You just have to find a way to get it done. It's very easy to say, well, I don't have a belt squat machine, so I can't do any belt squat movements. Well, that's not true. You can do this, man. There's a way to get it done. And then when you're done, if you just stand here and try and maintain perfect position, don't let your pelvis fall forward and keep everything tight the way it's supposed to be. It just burns. It's a good one. All right, that's a wrap on day 5, man. So this is a lot of work. It should not take you more than 90 minutes. If it's taking you longer than that, there's a problem. It's taking too much time on your rest periods, too much time to set things up. It should be quick with everything that we do. Now, before you get in the gym every day, you should also know what you're going to do. You shouldn't be surprised by what the next piece is going to be. Before I go to the gym every day, I'm open and train heroic, and I'm looking at the whole workout really quick. Even though I built it, I still forget exactly what's on that day. So I look at the whole day. From start to finish, this is what I got in store. But I understand what the day has in store for me. I know what I need to set up next. Maybe I can set up during a rest period, whatever it is. We should be in the gym quick. This should be a workout, not a hangout session, and everything should be fast. So that preparation will save a lot of time during the workout. If the volume's too high for you, jump down to the 60-minute version. Like I said, there's zero problem with that. That's why it's there. The 60-minute version keeps our strength and dynamic work intact. So those first sets are usually going to be the same amount of sets and reps. What then gets cut is our accessory is probably cut in half for most workouts. And then on our conditioning side, there's more of a design how we cut that up, but we lower the volume on everything. John 15:13, greater love hath no man than this, than he lay down his life for his friends. What does that mean? When people hear that verse, they think about dying for somebody else, which is what Jesus was hinting at. As we know, he died for all of us. But the underlying principle of that verse is putting other people before yourself. So not to take away the gravity of that verse and what it actually literally means, but applying it to our lives every day, doing something that maybe you don't want to do that's going to benefit somebody else. So when we apply that to working out every day, hitting the gym, even when you don't want to, doing the work that you know you're supposed to do, so you can be useful to somebody else tomorrow. Most fitness today, most lifting, most influencers out there, it's all vanity and it's all geared towards vanity. It's all geared towards how you look and how you feel, and look at me and how I look, and that's why you should buy my program. That's why I don't live shirtless right now. I'm chubby anyway. The reality is just all vanity. We've lost the purpose of why we do what we do. The purpose of training is, yes, to take care of yourself, to train a bigger, stronger, faster individual, essentially, and take care of the body that God gave you as you're commanded to do. But being strong isn't enough, and the way you look means nothing. It's a byproduct of hard work is what it should be. It should not be the sole purpose or the intent of why you do what you do. Strong isn't good enough if you're not useful to somebody else. You're preparing yourself to be in the best shape in the best position possible, so that if somebody else needs you tomorrow, you're available. Your fitness and your life isn't just about you, and that's why I use that verse today. If you think about it from that mindset, it keeps you motivated to do what you're doing every day, and it keeps you disciplined because you understand that it's not about you, it's about other people. Nobody really cares how much you can lift if it doesn't do anything. Train to be useful, don't train to be noticed. That's the kind of people we're building with the Struggle Standard.